76% of people don't like what they do, either in a job that they don't like or they're doing something they're not passionate about. And it's like, why put yourself through that misery and that struggle when you can build something that not only that you enjoy doing, but you can help people along the way and you can make a lot of money doing it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 simple steps that you can follow to help you get out of that 9 to 5. So stay tuned because that's coming up right now. What's going on, guys? Gabe McKenzie here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On my channel, I teach aspiring entrepreneurs how to turn their side hustles into successful 6-figure business machines. And in this video, we are going to be discussing something that I hear a lot about and something that I think will relate to you, especially if you are an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, someone that's trying to get out of the 9 to 5 grind, start their own thing, be their own boss, and build the dream business and lifestyle that they want. But before we go into that, if this is your first time ever seeing me, seeing my face, or being on my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then don't forget to also hit the little notification bell so that you can get notified anytime I drop a new video. So let's go ahead and dive into today's video, which is 5 simple steps to really help you quit your 9 to 5 job. 76% of people are either in a job that they don't like or they're doing something they're not passionate about. We spend roughly about 90,000 hours in our lives working. All right, that's about 1/3 of our life working. And if you're spending 1/3 of your life not happy doing what you want to do, then I would think you would want to switch things up. Now, for those of you that are happy doing what you're doing, you're in a job or you're in a career and you're fine with that and you're happy with that, you know, that this video is not for you, okay? Because we need people like that. And there's nothing wrong with having a career or having a 9 to 5 and doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Not everybody's built to be an entrepreneur, nor does everybody want to be an entrepreneur, right? But this video is specifically for you who has that want and has that bug to want to break away and do your own thing and start your own thing. So the question I got to ask myself is, if a lot of people are so unhappy doing what they're doing, why don't they make that jump or make that leap to starting their own thing and becoming an entrepreneur, or at least doing a side hustle on the side and making some extra money? That's why I wanted to make this video, because there are 3 main reasons why people start a 9 to 5 and then stick with a 9 to 5. They either think that it's their only option. They were raised to just be taught and groomed that, you know, you grow up, you go to school, you graduate, and you get a job, and you work that job for 40 years, retire with a pension, and happily ever after, right? There's some people that they just think they were taught that that's the only way. Another reason people get stuck is just because of their environment or their circle of influence. Like, similar to the first example, they just grow up where everybody got a 9 to 5. And the third reason, most common, is fear. Some people, they have this unction, they want to go out, but what if the business fails? What if they don't get success? You know, what if? There's a lot of what if. Well, let me tell you right now with the whole fear thing, whether you start a business or stay in a 9 to 5 job, it's risky either way, okay? Because as you can see right now, 9 to 5 jobs, they are not as secure as you might think. Everything that's happening right now with the COVID pandemic, in a couple years soon, robots are gonna be taking over like a bunch of different jobs. So like, it's risky to be in a 9 to 5 job. On top of that, doing something that you don't like doing, that you're not passionate about doing, and you're spending 90,000 hours of your life doing it, that's risky in itself, because you're risking just living a life of unfulfillment, and your job is literally the #1 factor of how your personal life pans out. So if you're unhappy with your work, it bleeds into all the areas of your life. Starting our own business is risky, but I would rather risk doing something that I am happy to do, something that I like doing, something that I might be passionate to do, and have the potential to make money, as much as money as I'm making in my job right now, than to silo myself into something that I'm not 100% happy with and will look back when I'm 80 years old and just feel like I lived a life full of regret. So there's so many reasons, and you might have your own personal reasons too as well, and that's fine. I'm not here to share with you the different reasons. I'm here to share with you, if this is something that you want to get out of, this is how you get started, right? So let's go ahead and dive into these 5 simple steps. All right, so the first step that you want to do before leaving your 9 to 5 and starting your own thing. Step number 1 is know your why, okay? Everything starts with why. This right here is so key, because so many people decide to leave because they want to make money. That's not a good reason. There's lots of ways to make money. You know what I mean? What is your why? What's that thing that's going to drive you? What's your reason for wanting to become an entrepreneur? What's that reason for wanting to be your own boss and start your own thing? You know, you have to have a strong enough why, because your why is going to pull you when things get tough, or push you when things get tough. And trust and believe, it does get tough as an entrepreneur. Just because you're starting your own thing doesn't mean life is all sunshine and roses. It really gets tough. It really challenges you mentally. It challenges you physically. It challenges you like spiritually even. You know what I mean? That's why mindset is such a big thing when it comes to entrepreneurship. So you got to understand your why. And if your why is big enough, the how will show up and appear. So ask yourself, before you even decide to want to leave your 9-to-5 job, what is your why? Come up with at least 20 different whys. Write them down somewhere. Put it in a journal, put it in your phone or something, and look over those things, both external and internal reasons why. And you can have, one of your whys could be to make money. That's not a bad thing, you know what I mean? But it can't be the only thing. So what are your whys? Do you want to make money? Maybe you want to get out of debt. Maybe you want to pay off your student loans. Maybe there's a problem out there that you're really passionate about, or maybe you just want to be independent. Maybe you have this brilliant idea, all right? Maybe you're doing it for your family or for your kids. Maybe you're doing it for your next generation, right? Generational wealth. I'm all about that. You know, maybe you want to like invest. Maybe you want to travel. Okay, maybe there's certain things that you want to, accomplish. You got to figure out that why, because your why, everything stems from the why. And if your why isn't solid, or if you don't know them and have them clear cut, then your foundation is going to be shaky going into actually building your business and going down your entrepreneurial journey. All right, step number 2. Once you figure out your why, you need to next figure out your strengths. All right, what are you good at? What are you good at? And what is something that you can do to provide value to the marketplace? Because remember this, people don't care about what you sell, okay? They only care about what is it going to do for them. And the marketplace will deem whether your business, your services, your skills are valuable or not. So you got to really figure out and know yourself, right? Like the quote goes, know thyself. Take the time to really sit down and think, what are you good at? Think about your strengths, and also think about other problems that you could solve. Maybe you see something in the marketplace, or you see something in the world that's a problem that you can solve with a strength that you have, all right? Like maybe you're a really good people person, okay? And or maybe you're a good teacher. Maybe you're a good coder and you could develop a software, okay? Maybe you have an eye for fashion and you want to inspire people and sell clothing or build an e-commerce brand, okay? Maybe maybe you have an eye for art and photography. Whatever that is, what is your strengths, okay? Because remember, the whole point of this is to do something that you actually enjoy doing. Now, there are some people that will tell you, hey, just start a business, get the money, and then, be profitable before you go chase your passion. I'm not saying that a passion job is going to always win, but you want to at least try and aim for that, because why not? Why not do something that you're good at? You got to know what your strengths are and your weaknesses are. And you also, the reason why this is so important is because the biggest mistake people make when they leave a job and become an entrepreneur is they forget that as an employee, you're just a cog in the wheel. There's your position, and then there's all the other positions that make the whole business work. There's HR, there's management, there's fulfillment, there's manufacturing. But as an entrepreneur, once you shift, you have to be in charge of all those cogs in the wheel. So you need to know where you're good at so that you can be able to hire the right people, create the right teams around you so that you can be successful. Because the last thing you want to do when you leave your job is to try and build a business, and really what you're doing is just building another full-time job for yourself that you're miserable at. All right, because the point of a business is not to take over your life, but to feed your life and to give you all the tools and give you all the resources and give you all the capital to be able to do what you want to do, whether it's travel the world or, feed the homeless. All right, so step number 3, okay? Step number 3 is you need to build your confidence. All right, this is so crucial. And this right here is probably one of the biggest reasons why people fail in business and entrepreneur, right? Because they don't have the confidence. And what do I mean by confidence? I don't mean the confidence to just like step out of your 9-to-5 job, quit, and then start your own thing. What I mean by the confidence is by your ability to actually provide a service and be good at it. right? So if somebody was to call you and hire you today, can you fulfill your obligation that you're committing to? Or can you create that product and sell it efficiently to the point where you're making a profit? So you got to build your confidence up. You got to build your certainty up. See, this is something that you didn't have to worry about in a job, because in a job, the certainty is already built in there. Every 2 weeks I'm getting a paycheck, right? Certainty, unless you get fired, right? But then you wouldn't be having this issue in the first place. But when you leave your job, where's your certainty? So you got to be able to start to build your certainty. Now, how do you do that? There's 2 ways to do that. The first way is action. You got to use your why, use your strengths, and start. Just start doing something. When I first got started into teaching internet marketing and building online businesses, I just started. I didn't even know which direction I wanted to do. So I got involved in a couple network marketing companies, realized network marketing, great way to make money, but just not for me. And then from there, I transitioned into direct sales and doing direct sales. Great experience, learned how to sell, but once again, not for me. But as I started to learn and build and grow and then eventually I got into this internet marketing company, right? Started to learn these things. Eventually, I helped my mom create an online business where she made over $100,000 in less than 6 months. And then from there, I started coaching people, started off free, just coaching people because I had the knowledge and people would ask me how I did this, that, and the third. And then from there, I started to charge. Action is literally what's going to direct you. You're either going to have a successful event or you're going to have a non-successful event. But the non-successful event is just it's a lesson to teach you, all right, that didn't work. This is how I got to pivot. So taking action is how you're going to figure out what you like, what you don't like, but it's also going to help you to start to get results. Start making money before you leave your 9-to-5 job, whether it's a part-time money, okay? You got to start generating that, because when you leave, you want to have something that you can start to become certain about. The second thing that you can also do is your network. The people that you surround yourself around is key, okay? Surround yourself around other entrepreneurs, around other people that are grinding, around other people that are not necessarily stuck in the corporate world. Like I said, nothing wrong with that, but they're also pursuing other things, right? Because you gotta surround yourself around those people. Jim Rohn said, you're the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. And if you're stuck around people that all they do is they go to work at 9, they come back at 5, and they like go home, they go to the gym, eat dinner, watch a couple of Netflix shows, maybe read, and then go to sleep to do it all over again 5 days a week. That's a whole different kind of mindset versus like hanging around with people that are hungry and they're passionate and they're doing the research and they're out there getting it, right? Their mindset's a little bit different. You can get a little bit more motivated by that. And that helps do what? It helps increase your certainty, because if you can look around and see other people are doing this and other people are just like me, you know what I mean? That helps you it just helps you inject faith in it, helps you inject belief that like, okay, this is possible. Like, you don't have to be a superhero to build a business, because anybody can do it. I've seen 60 and 70-year-old people build businesses, and I've seen 12 and 11-year-olds build businesses, okay? So age is just a number. It all comes down to you building up your certainty and building up your confidence. Because if you're not confident in yourself, people are gonna feel that and are not gonna wanna buy from you or buy your services. Unless you're doing e-commerce, then they don't know who you are. You're in the back stuff. But even then, how are you gonna have enough faith to take out $5,000 and put towards inventory for your e-commerce store if you don't have certainty? But how do you get that certainty? You get certainty by first listing a couple of things on eBay. Start to get some sales. Start to see how profit margins work. And then you open up an Etsy shop, or then you open up a Shopify store, and you just start to build that certainty. And the way that you do that, the way that you build your confidence, is by taking action and surrounding yourself around the right people. So when you start to do that, you set yourself up for the next step. And what is that next step, you might ask? All right, step number 4 is set a date. Because if you don't set a date, it'll never come. All right, if you don't set a date, it will never happen. You're always going to be like, whenever this time is right, wherever that time is right, there's never going to be a perfect time. All right, you might get lucky and that day might come, but for most of us, it never comes. So you gotta set a date, all right? On this day of this month of this year, my goal is to quit my job. But in order to do that, you're gonna want to be certain. You're gonna want to have confidence. And how do you get that confidence? By taking that action, by building up something on the side, by making some money on the side first with this online business or with this side hustle that you're doing, right? And with that confidence comes with your strengths, because understanding what you're good at versus what you're not good at. Don't worry about the things that you're not good at, because you can always hire people to do those things once you make more money doing what you're confident in doing, okay? But it all stems back to knowing your why. All stems back to why are you doing this in the first place? Because it's scary to leave your job. When I first left medical school, I actually was originally supposed to do medical school before starting my online business. That was scary. Just to be able to jump and do that, I didn't have a plan B, right? I burned the boat, so to speak. And I didn't have that. But you know what I had? And at that point, I didn't know my strengths really. Other than I knew that I could teach and I knew that I like to help people, right? But I didn't have any confidence. What pushed me and what pulled me was my why. The reason why I wanted to start this, the reason why I wanted to go out, the reason why I wanted to build my own brand and build my own business and help other people do the same thing, right? That reason, that why is what helped me start the pendulum and get the things swinging to build up momentum, okay? So you got to understand that without setting a date, that date will never come. So put it in your journal, write it down on your calendar or something, okay? And that date might come and you might not be ready. That's totally fine. That's not the point of this. It's not to put pressure on you, but it kind of is to put pressure on you, right? Because a date makes it real. It makes it real. It subconsciously seeks in and just lets you know that look, I'm going to make this happen. And as you get closer and closer to that date, if you're not taking the action, if you're not taking the steps to get to where you want to go and to eventually leave your job, you're going to feel that pressure. You're going to start to feel that anxiety. And that's going to get you motivated to get up and, maybe not watch as many Netflix shows and start putting work towards building that online business or building that brand. All right, y'all, last step, right? Step number 5 is find a guide. All right, guys, this is so important. Find a guide. Think about any movie, any story that you watch, right? The hero always has a guide, and you are the hero of your story, okay? The hero always has a guide. He always has somebody to help him get from where he is to where he's trying to go, okay? Think of any movie, right? Like Lion King. Simba was the hero, right? The Lion King's guy was he had kind of multiple guys. He had Timon and Pumbaa, right? He had his dad when he kind of told him to remember who he was, right? It helped him get to where he wanted to be because the guide had already been through that path and was able to just let them know and tell them what to do, okay? Think about The Matrix. Neo was the hero of the story, but Neo had a guide who was Morpheus. Morpheus was the one that instilled in him the belief to be able to believe that he was the one and he could do all the things that he did. But without Morpheus being able to teach Neo all that kind of stuff, Neo would have just been stuck living his everyday life. Think of any movie. What's your favorite movie right now, all right? And I promise you, if you think about the hero and you think about what happened in that hero story and their journey, they had a guide. And with you, my friend, it's the same thing. You got to find people that know what they're doing and reach out to them for them to help you. And this could be a coach. This could be consultations. All right. This could be a book. This could be a podcast. They can come in different forms, but at the end of the day, you want to find somebody that can show you the path, all right? Because if you don't do this, a couple of things are going to happen. One, you're going to spend your own time and your own money and your resources figuring it out. Not saying you can't figure it out, but you're going to spend a lot of time figuring it out versus getting a guide, someone that's already been there, someone that's already made the mistakes, someone that's already seen the potholes and jumped over the holes and can be able to just turn back around and let you know, look, there's a hole right there. Don't fall into it. Another reason why getting a guide or getting a coach is so helpful is because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Guys, success leaves clues. You don't have to a lot of people leave and they want to become an entrepreneur and they just want to build their own thing their idea has never been thought of. I promise you, there is no idea under the sun that hasn't been thought of. There's just people that have executed that idea better than others. The whole point of this is that there's no reason to try and reinvent the wheel, right? Somebody has already done what you're trying to do. whether it's build a successful online business, whether it's sell a course, whether it's build a brand, whether it's to become a speaker, or to write a book, or to become an actor, or to become, or to do anything, to start your own agency, or to invest, or to do real estate. There's somebody out there that has gone before you. They have already figured out how to do it. They're already successful, and they are accessible to be able to get knowledge and wisdom and experience from them so that your learning curve is shorter. All right. Find those people. Okay. Find one of those people. I'm one of those people. And by all means, like, if you are interested in learning how to build an online business, how to build a brand, how to use social media, and how to use advertising to take your current side hustle and make it into a 6-figure automated system so that you can live the lifestyle that you want to live, reach out to me, send me a comment, DM me, reach out to me on Instagram, Marketing Made Easy, right? I'm here to help. But whether you decide to choose me or to watch free YouTube videos all day or to buy a course, whatever, all I'm saying is don't go about it alone, because you don't need to. There are people out here that are here to help. There are people out here that want you to succeed. But the only way that they will get to you and they will be able to help you is if you help yourself and let them help you. All right, y'all. So hope this makes sense. Hope this video is valuable for you guys. If you got value from this video, make sure you like it. It helps me out a ton. And don't forget to share this video with anybody that you think will get value from it. And subscribe to the channel so you can get updated on when I drop new videos on a regular basis. All right, y'all. Peace out, you guys. My name is Gabe Kemsey, and I will catch you guys on the next video.